So I'm bringing up PC MILER version 26 right now, and I'm going to do a demonstration of some of the new features that we added in version 26. The first thing I want to show you is a time-based route that factors in traffic and tolls. Our time-based routing allows users the ability to define a departure or arrival time for more precise calculation of estimated times of arrivals or departures. We also take into account traffic data, and we calculate the toll costs based on the time of day. So we're going to run a route here. And the first thing I want to point out is the time zone designation for the geocoded locations. So as you can see in the time zone column here, which is something new that we added this year, both zip codes here were in Eastern time zone. The next thing I want to point out is that I ran this route using our traffic data. If I want to use traffic data in my route calculation, then I need to make sure that the use traffic data is selected right here in the route entry window. The other place you can choose to use our traffic data is in the Road Speeds tab in our options. Click OK, get back to our route entry window. So using our historical traffic data, it takes 41 minutes to get from Teaneck, New Jersey to Hicksville, New York. If I go ahead and duplicate this route, you go up here to File and then click Duplicate Route. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the date. Well, first I'm going to select that I'm going to be departing, and then I'm going to select the date as today, and I'm going to set the time to 5 p.m. And if you open up the comparison report listed up here, you're going to see that by selecting the departure time to 5 o'clock, it brings our time from 41 minutes to 1 hour and 6 minutes. I'll close the comparison report, and I'm going to go ahead and duplicate route number 2, and then I'm going to change the date to Monday, and instead of a 5 o'clock, I'm going to change this to 8 p.m. And then if you go up into the comparison report again, now you can see in the tolls column that our tolls went from $73.63 at 5 p.m. rush hour to $68.63 at 8 p.m. on a Monday. The next feature I want to show you is our fastest routing. And again, this routing type is an addition to our practical and our shortest routing types. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this current route by clicking File, Close All Routes. Open up a new route, and I'm going to go into Split Screen View by clicking that icon right there. And by using the split screen feature, I can now view my route entry window and then any reports and the map all at the same time. So we're going to go ahead and enter a route here. So I just ran a route from Fargo, North Dakota, to Memphis, Tennessee. First thing is I made sure that the traffic, using the traffic data, was selected. And then I used our least cost routing option, which again will run this route with up to 6 possible choices. So for this particular route, we have 3 available ways in which we can run it. And that's practical with tolls, shortest with tolls, and fastest with tolls. And you can see in the comparison report here that the fastest route is faster in time than the practical or shortest route. You can see here the practical route is showing the average amount of time and miles, and the shortest route is showing you the shortest miles, but not necessarily the fastest time. So I'm going to close out of the comparison report, and I'm going to click out of the split screen view and go into the map full screen. And I'm going to go up here and click Map, Tooltips, Route Distance. Another feature I want to highlight is our Route Distance Tooltip. So you can see here, if I scroll anywhere along the route line, so I'm scrolling with my mouse along the route line, it's going to tell me the distance to both my origin and my destination from any point along the route line. Then always remember to go back up into Map, Tooltips, and turn it off when you're done using it. I'm going to close out of my current route and open up a new route to show you the next feature. And the next feature is how you can create and how you can manage viewpoints. So let's go ahead and create another route. So I created a route between Newark, New Jersey and Toronto. And what I'm going to do is I want to duplicate this route. So again, go up to File, Duplicate Route. And what I'm going to do in the second route is I'm going to highlight Newark, New Jersey. So I just clicked once on Newark, and then I'm going to go up here and click on this Create Viewpoint Set, which is a new icon in 26. Once you click on that button, it's going to bring you into the Viewpoint Set Manager. So here's where I can create my viewpoints. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter a viewpoint location right here in the middle, and I'm going to enter in Syracuse. And then what you do is you click Add to Set, and it brings it down here. And then you can decide which direction will this viewpoint set apply to. And I'm going to check both directions. And then what kind of point is this? Do I want Syracuse as a stop, or do I want it as a waypoint? I'm going to leave it as a stop. You save the set, and then you can click out of it by clicking the X over here. Now, I've duplicated this route because I wanted to show you the difference between the first route and then the second route where we're using a viewpoint. So as you can see in the second route window, I added Syracuse, New York as a viewpoint, but right now it's not activated. So you have to click on it once in order to activate the viewpoint. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here into the map and show you what the route line looks like now. So you can see both route lines are displayed here. This one here in the blue is our first route line. The second is when we added the viewpoint for Syracuse up here. So it changed our route, went through Syracuse, and brought it back. Because I designated Syracuse as a stop, it's showing a yellow flag. If I had designated it as a waypoint, it would have provided me with a gray flag. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close all of the routes. I'm going to open up a new route entry window, and I'm going to enter in the same exact route that I just did. So the zip code for Newark, New Jersey, I'm going to type in Toronto again. And what you'll notice is we will always provide you with the option to use this viewpoint every time you run now from Newark to Toronto. So I'm not going to activate it. I'm just going to click Run. And then if you go to the map, you'll see that it took the original way without using Syracuse as the viewpoint because I didn't activate the viewpoint. So So again, we'll always give you that option. And what you can do is you can easily manage all of your viewpoints through this icon right here. So if I click Manage Viewpoints, it will bring you into the Viewpoint Set Manager. So you can pick all of your viewpoints from the drop-down menu here. I only have the one created, so I'm going to click on it. And then from this point, you can see that I can add more viewpoints to this set. I can change the directions. I can export all of this data into a file, or I can delete the viewpoint here. So I'm going to click Delete it, save it, and X out. Now, next time I type in Newark to Toronto, it's not going to provide me with that option anymore because I've deleted the viewpoint set. Okay, so now I want to show you some of our new mapping tools. And the first is our new drag routing feature. So I'm going to go in and close my current route, open up a new route window, and I'm going to create a route in Florida. So I've created a route between Jacksonville and Miami, and I'm going to go up here to the map so we can see this route on the map. So what you can now do is simply drag your route to another road, and PCMiler will automatically rerun the route. So you can either get to the drag route functionality by right-clicking your mouse and choosing drag routing from here, or we have the icon right up here, and I would just simply click on the drag route. Next, you would click on your route line at any point you want, click down on your mouse, and hold down on the cursor, and then move it to the new road that you want your route to go on. So you can see that it turned green when I selected the route to move it. So that shows you that it's in progress, and then now you can see that wherever you drop the point, it's going to create this gray flag, which is a waypoint. And so that's wherever I let go with my mouse. And then now my route will accommodate my new waypoint and go on the road that I preferred. I always try to remember to unclick the drag route icon. But if you go up here into your route entry window, you're going to see that it added that waypoint as a stop in my route, in the route entry window. It also includes it in the state and country distance report. And then it includes that waypoint in the detailed route report. However, we do not include waypoints in the driver's directions report. So I want to show you some other mapping tools and enhancements we added to version 26. I'm going to go ahead and close out of my current route and reports. And want to tell you about how we've included in enhancements to the panning and zooming in this route map window. So when you're on the map, you can, I'm going to zoom into the Chicago area. So I can zoom in by just drawing boxes to zoom in. And we now have 18 possible zoom levels, which is up from 12 in our previous versions. We also added this slide bar here for quicker panning and zooming. So I can either click on the pluses and minuses, or you can hold down the cursor and move it around for panning and zooming. And then we also have the compass up here, which will pan the map in all 4 directions. And then, of course, up here we have the drag map icon. I can use it anytime to drag the map around. or we have the arrows on the sides of our map. We also have 8 different map styles to choose from now. So you can get to the map styles by right-clicking your mouse and selecting Styles, or you can also click the map, Styles, and it brings it up. So you can see that PC MILER will use the default, but we now have a classic view that you can see. And to get to each of the different styles, you just click once on the new style and then click Apply. This is our contemporary. We have modern. We have the black and white, a night view, road atlas view, and we now have a satellite image available as well. So new to version 26, you can get satellite view. So you have to be zoomed in at least to level 10 for the satellite view. If you're not zoomed in enough, we will provide you with an error message over here on the bottom left telling you that you're not zoomed in enough to see the satellite view. You also need internet connectivity on the computer where PC MILER is installed in order to use the satellite view. So I'm going to go back to our default view, click Apply, and get out of there. So another thing I think is worth mentioning are the enhancements we made to the custom road preferences. So when creating avoids and favors or restriction overrides or hazmat permitted routing, the current date and an optional user comment is now saved for each of the selected road segments. And this is all in the custom road manager. So let's take look at an example here by creating an avoid. So I'm going to simply check the avoid road icon located up here in the toolbar. You click once, and now I can click on any road that I want that's in my map view. So I'm going to click on 55 here, and what you'll notice is now this add comment box now appears. So I'm going to enter in a comment, and then I'm going to click OK. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick another road that we want to avoid. And you see another comment box comes up, and I'm just going to add another comment. And then click OK. Then I'm going to uncheck the avoids icon. So if you go up here into Tools, Manage Custom Roads, and the Avoid tabs, now you can see that the avoids that I just created are here in the Custom Road Manager. And now we show the length of the segment of the road that we're avoiding. We show the date that it was added, and then the comment that I put in. And you can click in here, and you can modify your comment. At any time. You can also click Export, and you can export this data to a report, and this is in a text file format. And it gives you all the information you just saw. And then, of course, you can print from this screen, too. So reports can also be created for favors, for override restriction, hazmat permits, and geofences. So if I go back to avoids, if I want to cancel out of these, I can delete them individually, or I can delete all of them at one time. So I'm going to delete them, click OK. Another enhancement I want to show you is our Custom Place Manager. So we've made enhancements to the Custom Place Manager to give users better tools to match their data to the PC-MILER database. So as you import custom places, for those that don't match exactly, we provided more visualization tools to help you find the perfect match. So if I go up here into Tools, Import Custom Places, and now I'm going to select a test file that I've already set up. I'm going to click on it once and then click Open. And the first thing that pulls up is our wizard. So what I'm going to do is set up the input file so that PC-MILER can read it. So the first thing I do is I have to change all of these skips in the column headings to match the content below. So I'm going to change, this is the name, this is the address, here's my city, my state, and over here this is my zip code. Okay, so now that I've set up the input format, I'm going to click OK. And what this does is it starts the matching process. So what you see here is our wizard showing you our results. So what we did is we enhanced this tool to more easily sort the data that you're trying to import. So for those that have a confidence level of 1, that's an exact match. For anything other than 1, it means we couldn't find an exact match. So if you click here on the confidence icon, you can see that there's some 3s and some 2s listed here. So these are not exact matches. So now you can investigate why it didn't match, and then you can find a better match. So when you click on one of them, you can see that this map is something new that we've added, and this is showing you all the possible matches that we think will match the best. Of course, you can always ignore our suggestions and then find a better match on your own. But the key to this enhancement here is that we now give you the visualization of all of these matches on the map. And then the first screen shows you all of the possible matches on one screen. If you start clicking on the matches individually, you can zoom into where exactly they are on the map. So once you decide what's the best match, the map will show you where that location is. You click OK, and then what it does is it adds that street address exactly into the address field, and then also adds the lat-long position. And that's the enhancements that we've added to this particular tool. So I'm going to X out of here to close it. And the next thing I want to show you is I'm going to jump out of interactive PC-MILER and bring you into a popular product that we have called PC-MILER Spreadsheets. And it's something that you may or may not be aware of. So I have a spreadsheet template open here. And this is a very popular way for our PC-MILER users to access PC-MILER and our tolls database through a Spreadsheets application. So PC-MILER specific formulas are integrated into Microsoft Excel by using the Insert Function option to gain access to the PC-MILER database. So if I click Formulas tab here, Insert Function, and User Defined, you can see them listed out here. You can also just simply type in a simple formula to get the PC-MILER information. So you can see here, here's the equal miles for this origin and destination. And you can see that we're looking at practical miles. You can also get a cash toll rate for a lane, the toll discount rate for a lane, and the estimated time of arrival. So I'm going to go ahead and erase all of the formulas for the practical miles to show you how easy it is to calculate or put in the formula and calculate the miles. So for practical miles, it's simply equals miles, the origin, the destination, and it gives you your result. And then what you can do is you can copy and paste it down, and then you can see that the numbers change and how quick and easy it is to do those computations. So this spreadsheet here is comparing 4 different routing types: our practical, our shortest, our 53-foot, and our toll avoids. And you can see, we can easily see the miles, the toll costs, and the time estimates for each routing type. So what's nice about spreadsheets is you can build a template like this and then just change out the origins and the destinations, and then the PC MILER data will instantly calculate for you. So if I change Princeton to say Chicago, if I copy and paste it down, you're going to see that I'm calculating over here, and then you'll see the numbers change here. And then you can see how quickly it is for you to get that information. So obviously this is a much faster way to calculate miles rather than going into interactive PC MILER and entering them in individually. It's especially helpful, it will save you a lot of time if you're doing a large bid request, or it's just a great way to analyze a number of lanes, or to run a large number of different lanes at one time. So I'm going to end here for the sake of time. Again, I hope you have a better understanding of the features and enhancements in version 26. For those of you who'd like a copy of the presentation, after the webinar, you will receive an email with a link to view the presentation. And then you can also send us an email at sales@pcmiler.com if you have any questions. Thank you for joining me today.